Welcome back to Ken Plays, everyone, or based on what I saw in the analytics of that complete and total shit show first episode back, all one of you who watched the whole thing. Appreciate you, whoever you are. So yeah, obviously, I'm like so paranoid now, I just want to double check this. Okay, it looks like it's working. So, after the game loaded, and I know like if you watched that whole episode, you saw the title at the exit, and I hope you were laughing, but yeah, the whole thing crashed. I didn't really pay attention, you know, as I was talking, I literally just had a hoot of the marijuanas, so, you know, a little not paying attention, and I rambled to myself for 15 minutes thinking OBS was still recording gameplay, realized it wasn't, thought I'd fixed it, and then, yeah, I had a whole 20-minute, like, second half to the first episode that, well, geez, it just did not record anything. But anyways, I don't want to ramble or go on too much of the intro here. So we're playing Warhammer 3 Total War. Last episode was kind of interesting. You got a channel update, and I went through the mods that we're playing with. So that's kind of interesting and cool if you're into this game, right? Just to see like what mods are we using, right? Anyway, so we picked what else. We were loading the game last time before it crashed the first time, and I didn't realize, and while editing it, I edited it the same day because I wanted to try to get something up this week. I hear some kind of beeping. I don't know why something's beeping out there. I've got chicken in the oven. So in 18 minutes, I'm going to pause, go flip that chicken quick, and then record the second half of the episode. Yeah, so that's what's going on in my life right now. I just had an extraordinarily busy day at work, and okay, seriously, what? 1 second. God. I'm sorry about that. I have no fucking clue what that noise is, but I realized the window's open in the other room, so I think it's something outside. Moving on. Let's talk about criteria of how we're going to play this campaign. This will be anytime we play Warhammer on the channel to make it a little more interesting. So, we're going to play with battle realism mode first off. There will be no save scrubbing. If we lose, we lose. You know, that's that. We got to keep trying. These games are pretty hard to actually 100% lose, but you can go bankrupt. You can lose all your armies and cities, obviously. So, you know, when I'm playing by myself, because I don't want to waste a 40-hour campaign because I made the wrong choice and sacrificed something, right? I'll, and that beeping's driving me insane. It sounds like my oven, but it's not. It's a lot louder. I keep thinking like something's going on out there, but no. Anyways, so no save scrubbing. We lose, we win, we win. We're just going to play it out to its fruition. Yeah, and our first campaign we're going to do on the channel is going to be Wood Elves. I think, you know, if Cam and I get into this and we really kind of like doing it on the channel, bare minimum, we might just do short campaign victories. Aim for that, obviously aim for that first, but point being, do that, and then we can play different factions without doing like 200 episode series of each faction kind of thing, trying to do the longer total victory. I think that's a bit much. I'm trying so hard to ignore that beeping, whatever the hell it is. I hope, but no, and it's so like quiet, there's no way it's going to pick up on the mic. But yeah, whatever, let's do what I didn't get done yesterday because my RAM killed out on the computer and crashed OBS in the game. And then OBS just recorded a single still image. So we already fought this battle, but you guys didn't see that, so I restarted the campaign, saved you the load times. Oh geez, there's going to be a lot of vamping in my solo plays of this because of the load times, which aren't too bad for battles. It's mainly loading back out the campaign. I think it's just loading the campaign map is the slowest all around. Battles are pretty quick. Starting the game up's fine. But when you start a new campaign or you initially load your save or head from a battle back into the campaign when it's loading that map, right? Yeah, maybe they can optimize that still. I'd be curious. Oh, and another news too, this will be going up. So next month, and the announcement just came out, Chaos Dwarves. I mean, we obviously knew it was coming. Like, if you're familiar with this game, you knew that was coming. I don't think there was much of a surprise going on there. But yeah, that's kind of cool. So I'll definitely be buying that, and maybe next month, if Cam and I are still into playing this game, and we haven't found something else to distract us with, Yeah, we'll do some cool old stuff with Chaos Dwarves, because I think they're a pretty interesting faction. They definitely, they were actually an army book, so, probably more well known than Kislev or Cathay, which didn't exist in the original game, right? Or the original tabletop game. They were just kind of lore snippets, and maybe there was some Dogs of War, or someone out there made their own home rules, which, that's part of Warhammer, like I was talking about that mod last time, where, like, creating your own stuff is a big part of these games. So anyways, we got our crazy old wood elves, we got our tree man. Oh yeah, so I forgot I can't pause. Shit. I can't even slow-mo? Oh, that's cruel. Oh my god. That's viciously cruel. Fucking attack him. So yeah, we're gonna go this. We're gonna hold him back though. I gotta be real on top of this shit now. So when I was playing yesterday, we almost got him killed. I did not realize Durthu was that weak. He's a giant tree man, so I don't really understand why he is, but I guess he got nerfed, would be my only guess there. We're gonna do real simple, move these guys back there, and then Durthu, our boy, is gonna go ahead and start spamming some damage spells. Same with her. So you'll probably notice as we play, I disable tracers on projectiles in general because I think it looks hokey. But I just love that Wood Elves, like that's just how their arrows look without tracers. It's kind of cool. That would scare the shit out of me if you saw that coming through the air, I think. Yeah, we're doing okay, and then flank these guys up. And we'll put all our archers on one guy. You see, he is just getting pinged by these dudes here. Let's give him some crows in the face, and almost there. So there's been a lot of changes. Like if you're watching this and maybe you're interested in the third game, but you don't know if you want to buy it yet. There's been, oh look at they're running. They're out of here. Yeah, and I can't even see if he's a good matchup. I kind of like this more, actually, with... So, yeah, and if you're not familiar with these games, we're playing with battle realism mode. So normally there's a whole bunch of extra information that kind of shows up for the battles. What are these guys doing? They're really trying to regroup. It's weird. I've never really seen the AI fight like that before. It's not going to work because they've been swarmed. Ah, there we go. Now Durthu's whooping his ass. Get tree men and him on him. Make sure these guys don't get in range of melee units. Oh, we're playing on hard difficulty and battles. I was thinking of doing legendary or something, but I'm not a masochist. Maybe in the future, Cam and I will do that for shits and giggles. See how far we can make it or whatever. I have a feeling of it, like, I know these games well enough I can probably play on legendary, but yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's a bit much in my opinion. You can't, I don't think you can quick save. So there's like a whole bunch of limits that come with playing like that, right? Obviously, if you know these games. Man, these dwarves will not give up. Why would you come back to this? Like, I guess they're like, oh, we gotta save our friends, but like, Jesus fucking Christ, you think you're already running away? I would not head back this direction. I'll give them that. They're brave. I'll give them that. And that's that. Okay, cool. We broke him finally. I think we just had to get his health down a bit more. So, boom. And let's see if the same... So last time, right after I did this, when we were playing in the recording that didn't work, as he paranoidly checks OBS to make sure it is working. Okay, it looks like it's good. Did it just crash? Oh, thank God. Fuck. Oh my God. Now I don't even want to, like, check OBS. I think it's because I don't have enough RAM, because I've only got 16 gigabytes on this laptop. I'm pretty sure, like, I got 32 in the desktop, and we never had these issues recording before. If OBS, I like OBS because I can change the volume settings of the recording. It's very easy to get going and run, and it felt like because I've used it way in the past when we first started the channel, I wasn't too sold on it back then, which is why almost 90% of everything we've recorded has been done with NVIDIA, like the actual recording app for your video card. We had the capture card for going for a while, but I tried to plug that thing in, and problem is, it's old enough now. I don't think it's supported by Windows anymore. Like, they've made new versions, right? And I don't think the company that makes those is very interested in backwards compatibility, because, I mean, once you buy a capture card once, you don't really need another one. So I'm pretty sure they just said fuck it for Windows 11 and did not update that. Which, yeah, I mean, you can be like, well, that's Windows 11's fault. No, that's that company making sure you have to buy their new products fault. I could go back to 10, but who knows if it even works for the recent update of 10 either. So, yeah, fun stuff with the reality of the world and companies that just want to nickel and dime the fuck out of their customer endlessly, because otherwise they don't really have a business model, because what they make is so fucking replaceable that any other company in the world could probably do it who has access to, like electronics, if not infrastructure, but okay. And then, geez, we just got to try to go for this, I think. I really don't want to recruit Dwarven mercenaries, because it just feels so fucking not lore. God damn, this is gonna suck ass. Yeah. Oh, I don't know about them odds. Everyone's back to full health except Durthu. They're gonna have siege towers, which is gonna, they're gonna have like defensive towers, which is gonna be a huge problem. Jeez, this sucks. And because like I can't reload the game if I fuck this up. I gotta make smart choices here. No, I'm choosing the coward's way out. We're not gonna go fuck with these dwarves. What we're going to do is get Durthu, try to get him as close to here as possible, because you can use his world roots, which bypasses terrain, just pop back down by his tree there. Now, okay, cool. It looks like there's no Dwarven Thrall gathering this time. So we're going to get some garrison buildings going. We're going to upgrade our base building, which I kind of missed out on last time we were playing. Get our research going. That's it. Okay, cool. Yeah, we're going to have to play as a little... I've found with 3, especially with my mods going, Organic AI, the first 40, 50 turns, ooh, they can be pretty rough. Pretty fucking rough. After that, it gets to kind of normal Total War territory, but if you're using dynamic disasters, which we are, those can get really scary really fast, and you gotta watch like what difficulty level you've set each one to. Like the Chaos Invasion, for example, if you do the full invasion, and if you're watching this and you'd prefer, and you know dynamic disasters, or you know the regular crisis events that happen in the game, and you want like a specific crisis to happen, let me know. I'll disable the other ones. For now, I've just got kind of a mix of, I've disabled all the good guy invasions. Like I don't want I hate that. That's such a meme thing. A dwarven invasion, they're literally a dying race. They could never do that. It's like, well, it's fun. Okay, but it's stupid. But we didn't get Skaven originally, and I know we have it now, but, or do we even? I'm not even sure, because I'm just so disconnected with vanilla, like non-modded version of the game, basically. Okay, cool. We're going to use mercenaries. So yeah, I'm glad I did that. We've got 3 turns. Last time I fucked around up here and finally made the call to run back, and like this fully spawned. Now we fought them here and defeated them at the end of that episode. That didn't happen, but yeah. So we're gonna wash that turn. We've got some extra units through the mercenary mod, which is nice. Try to recruit some more as we move towards that invasion little thingy, that incursion, I guess they're called. And then in 5 minutes, I'm gonna have to pause the episode, which means keep it running, maybe edit it, and then go flip that chicken in the oven. Check on my soup, and then we'll finish this out. We'll do about 45 minutes today. So first half is 20. This is just for my own notes. Yeah. Anyways, okay, cool. So one thing I really love about these games, if you're unfamiliar with this and you're kind of looking for like selling points, So this is Immortal Empires. This is the Grand Campaign. They, due to popular demand, literally, the developers decided, fuck it, you don't need to play co-op to enable it. You just get it with the base game now. Now, I own fucking everything for these games because I bought all 3 games over the years, all the DLC over the years, right? We're talking from like 7 years ago is when the first one came out. So, and like I said before, these are my favorite series of games. When one comes out, usually I just buy it because I know I'm going to like it. I have thousands of hours of gameplay on these games, so from a purchase point, when you're looking like, what are you getting out of your money with this? I'm getting a hell of a lot because these games can entertain me literally indefinitely. And it was funny, during COVID, I think because I was so busy with work for once, I actually didn't play any Total War during COVID, but it was like, that's a perfect example of a game to me where it's like, oh my god, I'm so fucking bored and I want to, I got cabin fever, I want to get the hell out of here. I could play Total War and suppress that for a while, right, until you start getting lonely enough, which I think was the reality for most people during that. It's kind of like a game of, you know what, we're gonna get 2 more units of elves. Because I like elves. I like elves with bows, they do a lot of damage. And then we're going to not do that stuff because we don't have much money right now. I've also got a supply line mod on that returns us to the second game's values. So you might be curious, why do you have, not as much money or whatever when we start recruiting more armies? That's why we're playing with Warhammer 2 supply lines, essentially. Well, I bumped it up a little bit from Warhammer 2's level, but it's like a middle ground between the third game and the second game. If you didn't know, in the third game, how many turns we got on this? 2 turns. Cool, perfect. So we'll get our archers. We got 1 turn to walk over there and try to ambush him. I don't know what those Bretonnians are doing, but we're just going to... It's none of our business. That Bretonnian, he's just... I don't know what he's doing in our land. We're just going to ignore him. I'm going to see what happens. Oh, and I think I forgot to mention this last time. Yeah, I'll turn it off for now. We're probably going to fast forward end turns just to try to speed things up a bit for the episodes. I imagine Cam might go a little stir crazy too, sitting here. But I'm interested to play this with him as a co-host because I feel like, unlike more action-oriented games, which I think I talked about last time, I can't remember what was actually ended up in the episode off the top of my head because I do watch my own content, obviously, when I edit it, but, it's kind of hard to keep track of stuff when it was like, oh no, oh god, that leg, this is like playing Dwarf Fortress, and like, is it gonna crash? Is it gonna crash? Why is it like, all the best strategy games have crashing issues? I guess because they're such complex games, and they're trying to do so much, but it's like, it's amazing when you think about it, how many strategy games I've played that have that as a common issue. Damn, okay, cool, we're ambushing them. I'm glad I did this too, because this army gets a little spicy, and we beat it, but we recruited more units in the non-existent playthrough. That's now like syncing up time-wise with the original. I think my chicken just beeped. Yeah, I've got 1 minute left in my chicken. You know what? While this is loading, entertain yourselves. I'll try to put some music or some, I don't know, something in editing. I'll be right back. Okay, I don't know if I snap cut edit that or what, but I'm back now. Oh, and if you're into cooking and you're wondering what kind of chicken are you making, I made a reduced balsamic vinegar demi-glaze. I'll probably forget to take photos of it, but that's actually something I've been kind of, because I've been watching a lot of Gordon Ramsay lately, like especially like I used to watch Kitchen Nightmares is one of my favorite shows of all time, and so back like when I was first in university back in 2008, and I had like no money at all, I was a bit, oh, I keep forgetting we can't pause. I was a bit of a pirate. Oh, where's the chicken timer? Reset that actual episode timer while our army gets into position. There we go, boom. Okay, cool. Let me bump the mic for horrible audio quality. Why not? One thing too, Cam's gonna be really happy, I think, when we get some episodes out with these condenser mics, because I noticed the last one. Now, there's some points where I started talking away from it and whatever, and the audio got a little sketchy, but overall, I am very impressed with even, well, I guess it's $100 mic, but that's not a lot of money as far as microphones go. You can get hosed for mics, right? Like really hosed when it comes to Okay, let's get these Glade Guard over. Oh, yeah, okay, we gotta... They're making a run for it. So we're gonna make sure these archers aren't very effective. And we're gonna get these guys over here. We're going to get her to... Jeez, oh, bits and bobkins. Get her to do that. Yeah, sure, we'll buff up our tree people a little bit. See how they're fighting. Get some spectacle going. Oh, she shoots like... She's got like Doctor Strange attacks. Or I guess like Scarlet Witch. Whoa, fuck. Oh, that's kind of cool. I have never really played much Wood Elves, so I don't know their attack patterns too much or their animations. Let's see what Dorothy does. Oh, okay, yeah, just fucking cold-cocked a guy with a massive wooden sword. Maybe that's a steel sword. Oh yeah, that's how you kill like 12 guys in one swing. That's how you do that. Where's his health at? Okay, he's okay. We're going to keep doing this. Oh man, they are chewing through those fucking dryads though. Okay, Glade Guard. What are you guys doing over here? So it's funny too, like I've had a fair amount of bugs and stuff playing this game, but I haven't had the ranged attack bug. So essentially what that is, what people report happening is your archers just don't shoot until you manually force them to, manually. And yeah, that sounds like a fucking nightmare. I just couldn't... God, that would suck. Like half the battle goes by and you're not even, you're not really paying attention. Suddenly you realize your troops aren't actually, doing their job. I'd be a bit bummed out, I gotta be honest there. Let's give him a little buff. Let's shoot some, whatever this is, at some... their commander, why not? No, this is a little rough. This isn't going quite as well as I hoped. Okay, so we got those assholes running away. Good. We got some... I don't know what's going on here. What the hell? Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Stabs him in the face with a spear. That works. This is a bit of a concerning blob of enemy infantry, but we're going to try to do something a little sneaky here. Try to get a better angle for those archers. Oh yeah, sure, pick them off. These guys, I don't know, they can't seem to get up. Maybe that's the bug right there, but I think it's because it's a line of sight issue with the trees and my own, because you can't shoot through your own troops anymore. Yeah, see, they are firing. That's not what it is. It was a line of sight issue. I think people get confused too, because they really tabletop-ified, I guess you could say, the way... Oh, that is a named unit of Slayers. It's kind of weird. We don't have a garrison, so... I wonder why that's a... I wonder why the unit itself is named. Okay, cool. So we broke that blob of dudes, finally. Let's break this blob with one more bird attack. So cast this bird spell. And those Slayers are unbreakable, I suppose. So yeah, they're not gonna... We're gonna have to kill them. We're gonna have to kill them all, because they're just not gonna quit. They can't stop, won't stop. And I can't oh, okay, that was the last one. He was killing the last one, that's why I couldn't select it. Oh, yep, that was a big fucking spurt of dwarf everywhere. Oh yeah, oh cool, he like picked him up with his fucking feet, slammed him in the ground, and those little roots on his feet, that's awesome. I don't know if you caught that like I did, but that was a cool fucking attack animation. I am liking Wood Elves more than I thought I would. I guess Wood Elves are kind of cool, because they're like a compromise between hoity-toity High Elves, which, like, they're just insufferably arrogant in my opinion. It's like, well, you're a Dark Elf player, they're the arrogant faction. I don't think you're really arrogant when you're evil. You know what I mean? Like, everyone knows you're an asshole, so it's not real arrogance. High Elves are like the good guys, but they're still pricks about it, you know? Like, they're still hoity-toity assholes about it. See, that's arrogance, right? When you're a good person, but you fucking act condescendingly towards other people, you're fucking arrogant. Like, I hate to break it to you, but that's kind of the definition. And now, if you're an asshole and you act condescendingly towards people, you're just being honest. Like, if you're just normally a dickhead and you don't really give a shit about people or their concerns, and you're condescending and arrogant, well, I don't know. Like, are you really arrogant or are you just an asshole, right? Do you lump the two together or what? Anyways, boom. We stopped that invasion. There we go. Yes. Oh, I'm so sketched to check it while it's loading. We're going to risk it. We're going to risk the biscuit. It looks like it's working. It looks like it's still working. I think we're cool. I think we're fucking cool. Got about... got about 18 minutes left. I can do math. Don't worry. It's not like I have to do it every day at my job, and, you know, I don't believe in faking it till you make it. That's crazy talk. Nah. Never do that. Actually, though, don't believe in that bull. If you're like, fake it till you make it does not work. I can tell you from personal experience, both personally and professionally, that shit don't fly. If you are entering into something and you don't know what you're doing and you don't have the knowledge you need to succeed at it, get that knowledge first. Do not fake it till you make it. Because you know what the truth is? You will never make it. You will just fail. Word to the wise. But again, and like one of my favorite YouTubers now, Tex from the Black Pants Legion likes to say, got mush mouth today. Oh my god. Yeah, I can barely talk. I'm just some asshole, and that's just my opinion. But I've found frequently in life my opinion borders, if not is, the truth. Because I, try to be honest. So let's do our favorite thing and abduct some people after the battle. They ain't going home. What would wood elves do with people by abducting? Like dwarves. I guess kill them? But no, that's an option to just kill. Isn't that kind of weird? Like, if you're thinking about that right now, what am I doing to them? I guess maybe sacrificing them to Cain or something like Dark Elves would do. Which kind of puts Wood Elves as, like I was saying, they're like the in-between between High Elves and Dark Elves. So maybe this whole time I've been thinking that, Dark Elves are my favorite faction when it might end up being Wood Elves. But we'll see how this playthrough goes. So anyways, that was awesome. We whooped their asses. Let's do a little 1-2 punch on that recruitment. We got building upgrades. Oak Ages. Fuck yeah, we definitely want to keep upgrading that. So if you don't know this game, we're playing Wood Elves. These are all like the great trees or whatever around the world. Basically, we need to secure and upgrade 8 of these trees. Like, this is a long campaign victory, so we might not end up bothering to do that. It's actually pretty quick with Wood Elves, though, now that I'm thinking about when I played Sisters of Twilight in the second game. They're a pretty fun faction. Really overpowered with their ranged options, which is kind of nice. I mean, that's Wood Elves in general, but you can see Durthu's got definitely a more melee focus maybe than some Wood Elf factions would normally. The other thing we're going to do is upgrade this guy. I know I said we weren't going to do this, but we're just going to upgrade Big Boy. Yeah, so he's a big dude. We're going to give him missile resistance so he can weather more of those arrows. Cool. That's that turn. We'll see how many turns. So I think we're on turn 5 after this end phase. We'll see how far we can get. And then, like I was saying last time, I'm not going to play this campaign unless I'm playing it and Ken's plays, or we're playing it for the Elitists. This will be the channel's campaign. I've got my Dark Elf campaign. I'm probably going to get over to that after I eat my chicken tonight. But yeah, I don't want to have it so that the viewer, you listening to this, who might be interested in watching our playthrough, if you find us entertaining or something, I don't know, thank you. But I don't want it to be disjointed for the viewer. I want it to feel like, you can pick up this series, watch 1 to probably 50 or whatever we end up recording, and get a sense of what's going on. But at the same time, if Cam can't record, because Cam's, with his job now, he's got to travel a lot. So if Cam can't record on the weekend or something, right, 1 weekend in the future, well, at least I can keep... Wow, they are just gung-ho. Fuck it, let's have some fun and just wipe these guys. This will be a fun battle, quick and easy. I can keep the campaign going with Ken Plays, which is kind of interesting to me. So it never... It's a new idea for the channel, whereas I've always segregated... Well, except Guild Wars 2, Peter played it once, but that was different. We just literally had no idea what to play for the day, so we figured maybe do that, and it was kind of cool because we were both in the same game. I actually really liked that episode. Peter was fucking hilarious as that one character, his little... I don't even know what the fuck those things are, like mole character, whatever the fuck they were. Yeah. But normally we segregate between elitists and what content goes on Ken Plays. And Ken Plays only really surfaces when the elitist is struggling to record or put out content. Like, I wouldn't have bothered to record anything this week if I hadn't lost those episodes from July, I think it was. Okay, I gotta remember, I'm not playing Kislev anymore. So, I'm in a bad habit now, especially for elf factions, because you do not want to put your ranged units first. But yeah, my bad habit is Kislev is a hybrid faction, so almost every single one of Kislev's units, or at least their infantry, are ranged and melee units. Like Corsairs, or whatever they're called. They're actually really cool units. So they're like shielded armored guys, but they have... as my brain tries to do like 3 things at once. Nice, I can heal finally. They have little pistols in their hands, right? So they'll shoot with the pistols. You got shields for blocking other ranged attacks, which is actually pretty good for any ranged unit to have that ability. And then they're not half bad in melee up till you upgrade them with your skill on your general, and they become staggeringly fucking overpowered near the end of the game. And especially with some of the landmarks I can build with the one mod, it gets to a point where you've got like plus 40 melee attack for every unit every time you fight Chaos. And, well, needless to say, that gets a little hard for the AI to handle. And you just end up kind of steamrolling Chaos near the end of the campaign, which I guess that's the point. Your Kislev, your whole MO is to fight Chaos. I don't think they really have any other normal enemy. In fact, there's specific lore I've read. I don't know where this lore comes from. I don't know if it's people writing it that play this game or whatever, but basically there's something... Katrine, the Tsarina, someone like requested her to help fight the orcs in the east, and I think it was like someone within Kislev, so like another general. And her response was, no, we're not reallocating any troops to the east because we have to fight Chaos in the north. So to me, that's like, they really don't give a shit about other threats in the world. They are solely focused on keeping, you know, the Norskins from pushing south, which, yeah, that makes sense. And if you follow or care about end times at all, Kislev falling definitely was the precursor to Archaon's, the rest of his conquest. If Kislev had held the ground, which they kind of almost did, they never would have pushed further south. Empire could have reinforced the Kislevite positions, and that would have been it, probably. And that's what had happened with previous Chaos invasions Archaon tried. But that one, yeah, that one panned out a lot better for him, obviously, and destroyed the whole fucking world as we know it, which this game does not even factor in end times at all. And I think that's good, because it's like it's frozen in time right before end times happens. So it lets you play with kind of the golden era of this setting without having to worry about, caring about Age of Sigmar or even pretending like it exists, which I honestly think... Because end times, Games Workshop, if you don't know these games, is a company that made them. And what they did was they wrote off the old fantasy, which this setting and tabletop, though, and the books and everything, they killed it off with the end times events, which was a couple books which had some unique rules for some units in them, but mainly were just kind of plot books that told the story of what happened. And it's very disjointed and poorly written. It's a shit show to try to piece together the actual events of end times, because some of it actually does contradict itself, and there's a lot of like like George Lucas said when he wrote the script for the prequel Star Wars, you know, there's a lot of, and then they fight, and that's like literally End Times is like that. And there's like Archaon gets beaten by Grimgor, but Grimgor doesn't kill him, so he just gets up and keeps doing the invasion. Like, it makes no sense. There's weird shit like that. I think the quality of writing being so low is what really pissed people off with End Times. It could have been the exact same progression of events, but if they just written it more tactfully and with more attention to detail on specific lore features that obviously piss people off being disregarded, it probably would have been fine. And ultimately, you know, fantasy was dead, whether you like it or not. It wasn't selling. Games Workshop had to do something, or they would have gone bankrupt. The only thing, there's an actual article and like kind of a documentary about this you can find online. According to their sales postings, the only thing keeping them in business was Paint a Space Marine starter kits that came with like 2 tubs of paint, a brush, and a little Space Marine guy. Those were like $10, I think, or $13 or something. That kept their company in business because fantasy was that and $40K. But because fantasy was not selling anymore, and the reality is you're talking about like a $2,000 purchase price, like entry price, not like, oh, I own no. You had to spend like $2,000 out of the gate because the way the armies worked was, oh, you want a Hydra in your Dark Elf army, you want a cool dragon or something? Go fuck yourself. You need this many number of infantry troops. So you got to go buy all the models, right? It was pants on head, you know. And yeah, that didn't pan out well for them. So they killed it off. And then the other problem of fantasy was that game is fucking tedious to play. Holy fucking shit. It takes like 4 hours to set it up, no jokes, just like 7th edition 40K, which I started on, which was a nightmare. Oh my god, 8th edition, 9th edition 40K is light years ahead of 7th edition as a playable, fit for human consumption game. And so is Age of Sigmar versus Fantasy Tabletop. And I don't give a fuck, unpopular opinion, whatever, come at me. I don't care, I'm right, and I know it because the game was fucking dead. People who had already bought their armies were not buying any more models. It was not a profitable business model, and it was a shit show to try to get new people into a game that had, like, you know, edition upon edition layered onto it. And that, you know, for people who had been there kind of from the beginning or even midway, it's easy for you, right, to go, oh, I know how to play this, right? I get it, you know, oh, they changed this or that. You're aware of these things beforehand. But for people who had no clue about that kind of stuff, try to get them into the game, right? Like it's like at work with, we try to make our spreadsheets at work look kind of visually appealing because no matter how nice you make a spreadsheet look, the reality is when you give it to a client, you know, and it's a report on their business and their Google ads and stuff, right? Their eyes glaze over. 99% of people, eyes glaze over when you immediately look at a spreadsheet because it's just like, oh, fuck, like this is just not intuitive to how the human brain functions, I would argue. But, so let's recruit some more dudes. Can we recruit any other heroes? No, wow, we can't. We're very limited right now. I made a mod for Vol. Actually, you know what? Oh, income from resource and crafting. But yeah, okay, we're going to do that because that is good. And that is my chicken alarm to go take my chicken out of the oven. So I'm going to stop this timer. I hope the person who watched the full length of our video, which I confirmed was not because I didn't watch it on YouTube. I watch it before I upload it. Cam hasn't had time to watch it yet. So yeah, thank you. You're awesome. I hope you find this entertaining, whoever you are. I hope you find us entertaining and this gives you a laugh or a break from your day or, you know, whatever the case is. I'm going to go take that chicken out of the oven. And I'm back. Yeah, I might do snap cut edits for those moments. I got to start writing down time codes. Yeah, this is actually part of one of the mods I have. If you're curious why these keep popping up. These are lore snippets that happen as you play through the game, and the developers of the mod have actually even triggered it into when you take certain settlements or fight certain enemies, it'll come up. A lot of this is actually like from End Times and stuff though, which is kind of interesting. Oh, dope. Okay, cool. We got a freebie hero. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I was hoping would happen. So we're gonna move through here. So this person, this tree lady, this nice tree lady here, can go ahead and get in the army quick. Boom, boom. Boom, boom, boil. And yeah, let's get one more melee unit. And yeah, so I guess next episode, whether it's Elitist or the next Ken plays, what we're going to try to do, we got to take out this Dwarven settlement here, because it is fucking with our Oak of Ages. So basically, you see these red ones here, right? Now you see the green one here. That's all cool because they're neutral. That's not too hot, but it's not taking away anything either. And the Oak of Ages itself is kind of... Oh, see, that's... Yeah, you see, that's the summary, right? But any enemy-controlled settlements within the radius of this tree, they give you that shit, -1, right? So you're... Right now, we're not doing so hot, basically. We're at a total of -1 growth for the tree. So we've got to take out at least one of these to stall that, both of them to kind of get things really kicking off for us. But we've got a full-scale army now. So we're going to end this turn. And actually, yeah, I'm going to call it there. We're going to call that an episode. We actually got some gameplay this time, which was nice. We did a couple battles. We're set up for a good campaign here. We've got a full army recruited. We're making money still as our faction, so we're going to use that to build tall with our main tree there before we start confederating. We're going to pray and hope to God that the Bretonnians sneaking in there don't start wiping out other Wood Elf settlements, because that could complicate matters. Ideally, I want these other factions to stay around as long as possible. But we'll see how that pans out next time on either the Elitists or Ken Plays. Thank you for watching, whoever you are out there. Have a good one. Oh, let's just auto-resolve this one. Go fuck yourselves, Stores. We win. God, I'm kind of tempted to just keep playing this campaign. This is going to be a fun one, I think. It's been a long time since I played, like I said, starting in this part of the map. Probably back in the original game, to be honest, when Wood Elves first came out. But yeah, I've rambled on for enough. Peace out.